Welcome to Silent Secrets. In today's video, we're diving into a conversation that many men over 50 rarely hear explained in full. It's not about being clueless, slow, or out of touch. The truth is, most men don't miss signals of interest from women because they're blind to attraction. They miss them because those signals have changed shape over time. When you're younger, attraction tends to be loud, playful, and obvious. Think giggles, blushing, and the kind of teasing that's impossible to mistake. But after 40, 50, or 60, it becomes quieter, softer, and layered with subtlety. A woman interested in you won't always declare it outright. She won't necessarily touch your arm every 2 minutes or laugh like a schoolgirl. Instead, she'll test the waters in a much gentler, but far more meaningful way. Sometimes it's just a seemingly harmless question dropped into casual conversation. A question that feels light, forgettable, almost random. But in reality, that small casual question is a doorway, a quiet invitation, a whisper saying, "I'm opening a space for you. Do you notice me?" If you recognize that moment and step through with confidence, the connection deepens instantly. If you miss it, the door closes softly, and the chance disappears without drama. She walks away thinking, "Guess he's not into me." You walk away thinking you just had a pleasant chat. That's the hidden dance most men never get taught to see. And that's what we'll unpack today. The subtle signs, the quiet questions, and the unspoken body language of women over 50 when they're interested in you. Because here's the truth. After 50, attraction doesn't shout anymore. It whispers. And the men who learn to listen, to hear what's beneath the surface, are the ones who find real, meaningful connections. So let's explore these signals, one by one, with real examples, insights, and practical advice you can actually use. The question behind the question. The first sign often shows up in the form of curiosity disguised as small talk. She'll ask something that, at face value, seems harmless, but what she's really doing is testing your confidence, your presence, and your emotional availability. Take this one. How old are you really? At first it sounds playful, maybe even nosy. She's not asking to see your ID. She already knows you're not 30. What she wants to see is how you wear your age. Do you carry it with shame and apology? Or do you carry it like it's given you depth, richness, and wisdom? If you squirm, deflect, or make yourself smaller with your answer, she notices. Because she's not looking for a number. She's looking for confidence. A grounded response like, "Old enough to know what matters, young enough to enjoy it," or, "Do you want the number? Or the attitude?" shows her you're not trying to chase youth. You're owning who you are, and that's magnetic. I remember a story from Rick, a sharp, stylish 64-year-old who met a woman at a jazz lounge. After some conversation, she leaned in and asked that question. Wanting to be witty, he shot back, "Too old for you." She laughed, but not in the way he hoped. The moment cooled instantly. Later, he realized he hadn't just missed the joke. He had missed the invitation. When a woman asks that, she's already thinking maybe, "So, why aren't you married?" Another common question that sneaks in under the radar is, "So, why aren't you married?" At first, it can sound nosy, even judgmental. But more often than not, it's not an interrogation. It's curiosity layered with possibility. What she's really asking is, are you emotionally open? Is there room in your life for someone like me? This is where many men fumble. Some overshare about past heartbreaks. Others close the door with bitterness. Tried it once, never again. Both responses miss the point. She doesn't need the messy details of your past. She needs to know if your heart is still available. The best answers are light but real. Life kept me moving, but now I've got space for something real. Or, I just hadn't met the right woman yet. Maybe until now. That tells her you're present, emotionally open, and not dragging old baggage into the future. Take Gerald, 67, who met a woman at a community garden. One day she asked softly, "How come you're not married?" Gerald panicked, muttered something vague, and the very next week she stopped showing up. Later he realized she hadn't been judging him. She was picturing a future with him. Do you date younger women? This one catches men by surprise. It can feel like a compliment or a trap, depending on your mindset. But when a woman asks, "Do you date younger women?" she isn't trying to set up a competition. What she really wants to know is whether you're capable of valuing her beyond her age. She's asking, "Could you see me as a partner, not just a friend? Does what we're sharing matter more than the number on my birth certificate?" The mistake men make is answering with ego or cliches, either puffing up like it's a trophy, or joking in ways that diminish the moment. Instead, show maturity and presence. I don't date by age. I connect by energy. What matters to me is how a woman makes me feel, not the year on her driver's license. That answer makes her feel seen as a person, not a number. Arcus, 59, told me about a woman he met in a bookstore. After a coffee, she asked him that exact question. He smiled and said, "I like women who bring good energy regardless of age." Her smile wasn't polite. It was hopeful. That night turned into dinner. Dinner turned into something more. "What kind of woman do you usually go for?" This one seems harmless, like small talk. But beneath it, she's not asking you to describe a type. She's quietly asking, "Do I fit into your world? Could I be enough for you?" Most men answer literally, rattling off interests, hobbies, or looks. But that kills the moment. She doesn't want a shopping list. She wants reassurance. The better response focuses on qualities that matter to you beyond appearances. I'm drawn to women who bring kindness, curiosity, and a sense of humor when life gets tough. I like women who make a space feel lighter just by being in it. That way, she hears traits she could embody, not a list she may or may not check off. Elliot, 62, a retired firefighter, once answered this question with, "Someone who makes the room feel peaceful just by being there." The woman he was speaking to smiled and said, "I was hoping I was your type. Are you always this charming?" Playful, teasing, but also revealing. When she asks this, attraction isn't just implied. It's sitting in plain view. She's not just giving you a compliment. She's testing how you hold it. Do you brush it away, get flustered, or do you meet her warmth with confident presence? The best answers are soft and genuine. Only when I'm with someone who brings it out of me. I save it for moments that matter. That tells her you're grounded, confident, and emotionally available. Alan, 68, told me about a dinner party where a woman leaned in and asked him that exact question. He replied, "That depends. Are you always this curious?" She didn't take her eyes off him the rest of the night. "Why don't you have a girlfriend?" This one sounds casual, but it's actually deeply revealing. She isn't just making conversation. She's testing whether you're still capable of connection. If you answer with bitterness, "Because women these days," or resignation, "Guess no one wants me," she hears it clearly, and the door shuts. But if you answer with openness, with possibility, it tells her you're still hopeful and ready. Try. I've taken my time, but I'm open to being surprised. I've been working on myself, and I think I'm finally ready for something real. William, 71, was asked this at an art gallery. He looked her straight in the eye and said, "I've been learning to be a better man. Now I'm ready for a better kind of love." And that was all it took. Would you ever date someone like me? This is the boldest question of all. It's as close to a confession as most women will ever get. She's not asking casually. She's putting her heart out there, even if it's wrapped in humor. The worst thing you can do is dodge, stall, or joke it away. That hurts more than you realize. The best response? Honest, gentle, clear. I'd be lucky if I could. I think I'd be a fool not to. Charlie, 66, ex-military, told me about a woman he'd been walking with at sunset. She asked him that exact question. He looked at her and said, "I think I'd be a fool not to." She reached for his hand and never let go. Nonverbal signs you might miss. Not all signals are questions. Some are purely physical. The way she leans closer, the way her eyes linger, a soft touch on your hand during a laugh, a smile that lingers a second too long. These aren't accidents. They're signals. Daniel, 70, a widower, told me about a woman in his film club who used to sit closer, touch his hand during jokes, laugh longer than the humor deserved. He thought it was nothing, until she stopped. That's when he realized he had missed his chance. Nonverbal attraction is powerful, but it's also fleeting. If you don't notice, It vanishes before you even realize it was there. The core truth. So here's the heart of the matter. After 50, attraction isn't loud. It doesn't scream across the room. It whispers. It's tucked into questions, woven into tone, wrapped inside playful comments or gentle touches. Your job as a man isn't to perform, impress, or pretend. Your job is simply to notice, respond, and show up with honesty and warmth. When you do, something magical happens. You stop being just another man she meets. You become the man who makes her feel seen. And that, at any age, is irresistible. If this message spoke to you, don't let it fade away. Take it as a sign. Pay attention to the whispers. And if you want more conversations like this, the real, unfiltered truths no one else is telling you, then make sure to subscribe, like this video, and tap the notification bell. Because here on Silent Secrets, we believe men over 50 don't have less to offer. They have more. More depth, more wisdom, more presence. And the women who recognize that, they're asking the questions right now. The only thing left is whether you'll hear them.